Okay, so we begin our class and then we start all from the very beginning. So the basic idea, or I would say that the number one, the first step of our course is understand the basic flow of computer system. And definitely you have learned this kind of things in your primary school, in your middle school or high school. Yeah, is input, process, and output. So that is the basic three step of computer system or the basic step of computer processing. So whatever you are running the traditional programming, for example, you are running a rule-based system, if, then, else. So if something you have the input about your computer system, the whole if then else is the process, and then you have the output for the rule-based system. Or if you are running the AI, so you have the input. That means you have a data set for your input part, and then you store, hey, this is the photo of dog, this is the photo of cat, and then you use the AI machine learning part to learn the relationship of the cat photo or dog photos. Finally, you have the output a machine learning model that they can identify the cat or dog. So all this kind of approach will be fall into input, process, and output. That is the basic 1, 2, 3 of computer system or computer process. So yeah, in this course, we will still focus on the input, process, and output. Whatever you done, that is the three major steps in computer system. And then we'll let you to know how to learn the AI or all the programming approach. Honestly, in academic, that means the universal study or traditional programming study, usually we have the bottom-up approach. So we teach all the things from the fundamental, from the very beginning. So if you are studying computer science, so the basic things will be the computational thinking, and coding. That means the basic step 1, 2, 3 is coding. So if you have to learn the coding before, so the first thing you learn the variables, and then you will learn the if then else, then you will learn the flow control, then you will learn the function call, you will learn the object-oriented programming, and then you learn the other data structure, for example, graph model, tree model, etc., etc. You learn all the things from very basic. So usually if you are studying in the Department of Computing or other programming course, the first thing that you have learned in this one is Hello World. That means you print a line using the programming. You to print a line on the screen and then display Hello World. So that's why computer science students, they always say Hello World, Hello World, Hello World. So that is the basic understanding. So after you have learned the computation, thinking, and coding, so you move the data structure. That means that the tree model, the graph model, all this kind of the data storage problem, and then how we can process all the things. Then you will have to move to algorithm. For example, the neural network, for example, the fuzzy logic, for example, the express system, etc., etc. So you learn the different algorithm one by one, and then how this kind of data structure can facilitate the algorithm and then facilitate the last part. That means the application. So if you want to build a web application, app application, games, or VR, AR, etc., then finally you can run. So if you are studying in the traditional university system, so you will have year one, most likely computational thinking, computer science. Year two, data structure and algorithm. Year 3 to year 4, you touch different application, web, app, game, VR, AR, etc. That means you need to spend 3 years, 2 years to learn the basic skill here. Finally, you build some application. But honestly, even in Department of Computing, lots of our students have obstacle in this part. Think like a computer, think like a procedure programming, step by step, line by line. Think like a algorithm. For example, you use the equation to formulate all the problem, etc., etc. It creates lots of the difficulty for our student to learn. So that's why lots of our students in year one and year two, they fail the fundamental course. So exam remember the fail rate of our fundamental course is around 15%, 10 to 15%. I cannot remember well. Sorry about that. So 10 to 15%. But it means that they cannot be a IT expert or IT professional. It doesn't mean that. lots of the students, they can learn from another approach. That means the top-down approach. Top-down approach. We pick up one of the most interesting applications. For example, some of you guys love games, some of you guys love apps, some of you guys love some application, comparison AI, etc., etc. Today, lots of the people, they have built lots of the library, lots of the tools, lots of the things that you can use. That means that you need not to start from zero, to start from 9 by 9 by 9 by 9. Even a hello world, in a hello world on the screen, you need to spend few minutes or I would say 1 hour to learn this kind of programming skill. You need not to do so. You just call a library, call the AI tools, call something. Then you can skip the algorithm, data structure, and then all the coding. So you can do something, and then you can experience, understand the concept first, understand what is AI, what is the VR, what is the web, what is the app, what is game. Then, if you are interested in it, move down, 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 down. So that is called top-down approach. And in our course, we will not go through the bottom-up. We will go through another approach, top-down, top-down. That means we will teach you the basic concept, and then we'll have some application. We will skip most of the difficult part, algorithm, data structure, computational thinking, and coding, etc., etc. So if you want to learn these kind of things more and then go deep, so you can study minor in computer science, or you can, university student, you have lots of the time. So I always think that university study, you have lots of the time. But some of the your classmates always say that they are busy, busy, busy. I have no idea. So you can spend the other times to study the remaining. But in our course, we'll have a top-down approach, and then we'll play with the apps, we'll play with the different tools to understand the concept and skip the algorithm, data structure, coding in this part. And today we always say that lots of the people, they have create lots of the familiar, or I will say that's lots of the convenience tools and application for us to do it. Honestly, today, even a computer science graduate or computer science student, they need not to start all the things from zero. There are already market ready to use product that we can call the library and then call all sorts of things and create our application. We just create the interface. We understand the logic and all the algorithm, data structure, coding, hardware, they are handled by the other companies. They are handled by the other approach. So in computer science, we always say that we provide something XA surface, XA surface, XA surface. So we have different level to provide the XA surface. Most likely today we are using is platform XA surface for the development. Platform XA surface means that some company, for example, Microsoft, AWS, or the other big company, they have the hardware. That means they have the server, they have the network facility, they have the firewall, they have all the security that you need. And then based on their platform, so you can have their machine learning algorithm, you can have their AI solution, you can have all the things you need. All you need to create or develop on their platform is only an interface. I would say that a logic for your model. That means you can understand all the things very well. So if you can understand your problem about the rehab problem, about the OT or PT, about nursing health science problem, understand all the things very well. The other part, algorithm, AI, all these kind of logic, they are handled by PAS, Platform XA Service. And this kind of Platform XA Service is offered by the company. So even I would say that a junior programmer, they can contribute into a really complicated AI solution or really complicated IT solution. That is the case. So platform XA surface is here. XA surface is here. So you can see that all the AI solution, all the AI algorithm is handled by the company. And then all the hardware OS is network surface, they are also handled by the company. So that is the PAS, and that is the things that we are working. So if you move a little bit forward to the user, that is SAS, Software as a Service. So today when you are using the Google Canada, you're using the Google app, you're using the Facebook, you're using the IG, etc. So you are using their software as a service. But if you are using their software, you cannot develop your own logic or develop your own business model, develop your own interface. So that is not enough for your development. That is only a software. So if you want to build something brilliant, so you go to here, PaaS, and that is what is our focus in this class. For the other, for example, infrastructure as a service, or you build all the things by yourself, that is another part. So if you are a computer science student, you can go to this part and then do something that is more, you have more control by your solution. But if you say that basic developer or you are only an end user, PS, SAS will be the most important thing. And then in our course, PS will be one of the critical part of our class and a critical part of our learning task. So to simplify, to understand what is the current structure of IT project is simplified into this graph. So your product will be here. Yeah, it can be an app, it can be a web, it can be a games, it can be all the things that that you want to show to your end user. But the technical solutions will be here. Honestly, your part will be focused on the interface and logic. Interface doesn't mean that it's only about the icon, it's only about the graphic design, etc. It's also about the logic, also about the business logic, also about the logics of your health science product. For example, if I want to say that in our application of these lessons, we want to find the sleeping posture of a human, whether he's left side, right side, or it's like that. So somehow we want to understand the business logic, and this kind of business logic, this kind of the logic will not be handled by the company. It should be handled by yourself, by your own. So you need to carefully design what is the input and output that we have learned in our first slide of our lesson: input, process, and output. Right. So now your contribution will be input and output. What is the input, and then what is the output that you want? And that is the logic. That is the logic. For the middle part, for the process, for example, the AI algorithm, for example, the tools, etc., is handled by PaaS, platform as a service, or the other IT company. So your part is just build an interface or logic. Even a MIT Scratch. I guess you have heard this kind of name in your it should be primary school or it should be middle school, etc. There are lots of the course that teach you about MIT Scratch, and then using the block programming, the drag and drop logic, and then you can complete your interface. Even this kind of tools, you can use these kind of things to create your interface and logic connect to the other PaaS. So yeah, it's easy, and then even as a high school student, they can start to develop this kind of the business logic, this kind of the interface. It can be MC question, interactive storyboard, action game, self-management tools, a IT management tools, etc., etc. Then we connect to the PaaS. PaaS, there are lots of the service, AWS, etc., etc. But in our class, in the first month, we will touch a little bit. For example, the Hugging Face, VIP post drag detections, or another ready to use is Google Teachable Machine. So you just upload your interface, and then Google can handle all the machine learning for you, and then you can perform interesting supervised learning. This one is the neural network. So you can compute the CNN, you can compute ScreenNet, you can compute the computer vision recognition, image classification, etc., etc. So we will touch this kind of PaaS, and the only thing you need is create your interface. That's it. Okay. So don't worry, and then don't think that today all the app development, IT development, AI development is really difficult to do it. You can complete all the things in a conveniently. You just the only things you need to handle is your logic. So that's why as I remember, around this 1 or 2 years, there are lots of competition. For example, Apple WWDC competition. The winner, they are not from computer science. They are from the business school. They are from the health science. They are from the other department. Because for the computer science student, so their job is we pay by the PAS. And then honestly, the only things that you want the junior people or you want the other to handle is the middle part, is the here. So whether you can understand the needs of health science, understand the needs of the business in a very popular logic. So that is your task. And then if you can understand, you can be the winner. So that is the case. Just like we have mentioned before, one of the PAS is Google Teacher Machine. So here is the Google Teacher Machine. So it's a machine learning tools for you to complete your solution. Really easy to use. So what you are going to get it is gather the data. For example, I want to identify the dot, whether it show the face only or it show the full body. You just prepare lots of the photos about a dot that show the full body, and then lots of the photo that's about a dot about the head or face. Then you have the classification. You have the label 1 full body, label 2 the head. Put all the data into Google Teachable Machine, then press the training button, then the Google Teachable Machine will learn the relationship of all the patterns of your image. And this kind of pattern of your image will be matched to the result. Finally, when you upload a new image that is a dot with the full body, and then they will understand the relationship of the photo, and then say that, hey, this one is a full body. And then that's it. It's really easy. So it can be classified, the image, it can classify the audio, it can classify post. No need to understand the logic, no need to understand anything about algorithm. They handle all the algorithm AI part for you. The only thing you need to do is just collect the data. That's why some of the, even the primary school students, they can win the award of some TED product or test solution, because the only thing they need to do is just prepare the data. If you can prepare a lot of data, and then the data you put the label that is really valid, then let the AI to learn the relationship. Then you can build a really brilliant AI model that can facilitate your usage and then facilitate your things. So yeah, that is the PS. No coding, deep learning model with a web platform, web interface, and it's easy to use. So yeah, that's good. Yeah, just like this one, Google Teacher Machine. So you can select image project, audio project, post project. So for the image project, you can see that, hey, it's easy to identify whether it's dot with me or me only. So you just capture all the things. For the audio project, they can analyze the music or analyze the pitch and then the volume, the waveform for your input audio post. They can identify different posts for you. So tree and then the wing, etc., etc. So you just collect the data and then give the label. They can prepare all the things for you. And finally, you prepare web interface or app interface, connect to the Go Teachable Machine. All the thing is done. You can prepare this kind of the AI project. It's easy to do it. And here is another example for you in health science. For example, I want to use the X-ray. I would say that we have lots of the COVID-19 lung X-ray, okay, lung X-ray. And then we put the X-ray into the Go-teachable machine. One is with COVID, another is long COVID. So honestly, it's easy to understand why COVID. There are lots of white dots on the image, and then if it's long COVID, so your lung will be very clear without any white dots. So when we put this kind of the thing in the Google Teacher machine, so they will have the training, and then after they have the training, when you input the image, new image here, put it into it, so they can classify whether this one is COVID case or long COVID case. It's easy. And the most brilliant thing is with the Google Teachable machine, they can help you to plot the graph. Okay, so how the accuracy of the Google Teachable machine, and then when you have the input data, what is the false positive, what is the false negative, etc. So they will have the confusion matrix for you to identify which how good the accuracy of your AI model. Honestly, when you are prepare your data, when you are prepare your group project in other subject, for example, you have the PD, I would say the PD class or OT class, and then you have get a lot of the data. You want to prepare and report a report to your subject lecturer. We guys are very naive. If you can show me this kind of graph about the accuracy, about the confusion matrix, about how good is your AI model or prediction model. Definitely, this kind of work can achieve a higher grade. So this course is not only about the I would say that's about the basic AI and AIDA in our course. The materials that you have learned in this course can be applied into different subjects because all the subjects in PD it also involved in AI. I would say that it also at least it also involved in AI and analytics. If you can plot a review graph, definitely it can help your presentation and definitely it can help your grade. You can obtain a better grade. So yeah, we have the ad. So skip it. So honestly, yeah, we say that we will not touch anything about the programming, right? But it's a fundamental course, or you need to communicate with the professional, right? So at least you need to exam responsibility. I need to tell you some of the programming names or coding names that perhaps you discuss with the programmer or developer. At least you can use some professional terms for and communicate with them. So programming can be divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts. And then the fundamental or basic things, we call it procedure programming language. So procedure programming language is contains C#, Java, Pascal, Fortran, etc. So this kind, we call it O, or say a little bit O level language. So when you see that Fortran is 1970 something. So many years ago, when you are working in Fortran or when you're working in banking, around 40 years ago or 50 years ago, so you have to learn Fortran, you have to learn COBOL. So that is the procedural programming. That means we start 9 to 9 to 9 to 9 to 9. So all the programming starting from the line 1 to 9 to 9 2 to line 3, etc., etc. So this is called procedural programming language. And later on, some of the people around 1990 something to year 2000. So they think that, hey, is there anything that we can change the thinking process of the programming? So we have the Java and then we have the Python. So today, most of the people, they ask you to learn Python, right? So Python is one of the most simplified object-oriented program to difference all the programming language. And then object-oriented means that, hey, we think like an object. For example, what is the human being, and then what if I'm a human being, what is the task that I want to do, etc., etc. So easy understanding is the procedural programming and object-oriented programming. And then the most famous one within this field here is Python. Python support by lots of the API, support by lots of the PaaS, platform as a service. And then if you want to learn more, my recommendation, yeah, you start to learn Python. That is really good. But in our course, we need not to learn the Python because, yeah, coding maybe yes, maybe no. And then once you learn the coding, and then maybe when you graduate 5 years, all the coding skill can be replaced by AI. Honestly, if you can uh, uh, say that you can present your needs, logic, business logic, or the needs of your health science in a very proper rate. So you can ask the AI to generate the Python, the Java, the C#, all the program by them. So you need not to code, do all the coding by yourself. So that is the truth. So yeah, if you want to learn more, go deep, a little bit deeper into the computer science study. So Python will be a good starting point, so you can learn. But in our course, it's not necessary. And definitely, yeah, just if you want to do this, accompany with the AI, and the AI help you to generate most of the case. Python is starting from year 2010 or 2015, so they are the #1 programming skills. And today, you also have different kinds of the scripting programming. For example, lots of the people, they still use the JavaScript, they still use the PHP. It's one of the mediums to connect with the AI system. So that is the programming language that we learned.